There is a specific, silent type of pain that leaves a deeper scar than any common disappointment or passing argument. It is a profound, existential ache that defies logic. It is that hollow, sickening feeling in the pit of your stomach when betrayal comes from the very person you carried on your back when they were too broken to walk. You gave them your time, your emotional energy, and your unwavering loyalty when they had nothing to offer in return. You were the one who offered counsel when they were lost in the dark, the one who stayed when everyone else vanished into the shadows, and the one who celebrated their small, fragile victories as if they were your own monumental achievements. Yet, without warning, that person turns against you with a venom you didn't know they possessed. Instead of a bond forged in fire, you find yourself facing a cold, sharp hostility that leaves you questioning your own reality and asking the agonizing question of how they could possibly do this to you after everything you sacrificed to keep them whole. To truly understand this heartbreaking paradox, we must venture into the darkest, most labyrinthine corners of human psychology, specifically through the lens of Carl Jung and the mechanics of the fragile ego. While we are raised on the noble idea that kindness creates an unbreakable bridge, in the distorted world of a wounded psyche, excessive generosity often acts as a wrecking ball. When you help someone to an extraordinary degree, you unintentionally become a living, breathing monument to their lowest, most pathetic point. Every time they look at you, they do not just see a savior or a friend. They see a vivid witness to their shame, their weakness, and their desperation. For a person who lacks the courage to face their own shadows, you are no longer a person. You are a mirror reflecting a version of themselves they desperately want to delete from history. To destroy the memory of their frailty, they feel a primal subconscious. This resentment is fueled by the crushing, invisible weight of an unpayable emotional debt that sits like a leaden stone in the relationship. Humans have a natural, hardwired drive for reciprocity, an internal scale that constantly seeks balance and equity. When you provide a level of support that the other person knows, deep down, they can never match, the scale doesn't just tip, it breaks entirely. Instead of feeling the warmth of gratitude, they begin to suffocate under the weight of inferiority. This inequality breeds a quiet, poisonous bitterness that eventually turns into active malice. They begin to loathe the perceived nobility of your actions because your light only serves to highlight the depth of their own perceived lack of worth. In their mind, the only way to balance the scales is to pull you down into the mud with them. If they can convince themselves that you are actually a villain, that your help was a form of subtle control, or that you had hidden, selfish motives, the debt instantly vanishes. By vilifying you, they liberate themselves from the burden of being grateful, transforming their personal narrative from being saved by a kind soul to heroically escaping a manipulative oppressor. As you continue to thrive, grow, and move forward in your own life, your success becomes a source of malicious envy that they cannot stomach. In a healthy dynamic, your growth would be an inspiration. In this toxic one, it is a painful daily comparison that emphasizes their own stagnation and lack of character. They begin to engage in an elaborate process of gaslighting the past to protect their ego, convincing themselves and anyone who will listen that they would have succeeded entirely without you and that your involvement was actually a hindrance to their true potential. This is often accompanied by the psychological phenomenon of projection, where they take the deep-seated shame they feel about their own inadequacy and hurl it at you like a weapon.